Hey there, fellow money nerds. Today we're diving into something that could literally be putting hundreds, if not thousands, of extra dollars in your pocket each year. We're talking high-yield savings accounts, or HYSAs for short. And trust me, if you're still stashing your cash in a traditional bank account, you're basically leaving free money on the table. This is the Finance Virtuoso channel. If you're new here, hit subscribe and the notification bell for the best money tips and tricks. Let me paint you a quick picture. Imagine you've got $10,000 saved up. First off, fantastic job. Now, if you keep that money in a traditional bank account like Bank of America or Chase, I'm looking at you, big banks, you're earning a whopping, wait for it, 0.1% interest. That means by the end of the year, you've earned a grand total of $1. You can't even buy a decent cup of coffee with that. But switch that same $10,000 to a high-yield savings account offering 4.5%, and suddenly you're looking at $450 in passive income. That's not just coffee money, that's grocery money. Now, I've analyzed tons of HYSAs out there, and I'm going to break down the absolute best options for you. No fluff, just straight facts about where you should park your hard-earned cash. First up, let's talk about the current market leader, Bask Bank. They're offering an impressive 4.85% APY, which is currently one of the highest rates you'll find. And here's something cool, they've got this unique feature where you can actually earn American Airlines miles instead of cash interest if that's more your style. For the travel hackers out there, this could be a game changer if you know how to maximize those miles. Next on my list is UFB Direct, coming in hot with a 4.57% APY. They've even got this interesting rate-boosting feature where you can bump it up to 4.77% if you meet certain requirements. But honestly, the hoops you need to jump through, like having $55,000 in monthly direct deposits and maintaining a $10,000 average daily balance, aren't worth the extra 0.2% for most people. Sometimes simpler is better, folks. Let's talk about Laurel Road, which is actually one of my personal favorites. They're offering a solid 4.5% APY with absolutely no strings attached. No minimum deposit, no monthly fees, just straight up good returns on your money. What I really appreciate about them is their no-frills approach. They do one thing, and they do it well. Plus, if you've got student loans, they offer some pretty helpful consultation services on the side. Now, some of you might be wondering about SoFi, since they've been making waves in the fintech space. They're offering 4.2% APY for their savings account, but here's where it gets interesting, they'll give you 0.5% on money in your checking account. The catch? You need to either set up direct deposit or manually deposit at least $5,000 every 30 days. One really cool feature they offer is FDIC insurance up to $2 million, while most banks cap out at $250,000. They've also got this neat savings bucket feature where you can separate your money into different goals. Here's something that might surprise you, some of the biggest names in banking are offering some of the worst rates. I'm talking about Wells Fargo, Chase, and Bank of America, all sitting at 0.1% APY. And get this, they charge monthly maintenance fees unless you jump through their hoops. The only advantage these big banks have is physical locations, but let's be real, when was the last time you actually needed to visit a bank branch? Let me drop some knowledge about Ally Bank. While their 4% APY isn't the highest out there, they make up for it with some seriously smart features. They've got this thing called savings buckets, where you can organize your money into different goals without opening separate accounts. Plus, their roundup feature automatically saves your spare change from purchases, and they've got this cool smart savings tool that analyzes your spending patterns and automatically moves safe amounts into savings. It's like having a personal financial advisor watching your back. For those of you who might be Apple enthusiasts, the Apple Savings Account offers a decent 4.15% APY. The interface is gorgeous, because Apple, but there's a catch: you need both an iPhone and an Apple Card to use it. It's like they're making you join their exclusive club before letting you in on the benefits. Now, let's talk about Marcus by Goldman Sachs. They're offering 4.1% APY, and while that's not breaking any records, they do have one standout feature: same-day transfers up to $100,000. Most other banks make you wait a few days to access your money, so if quick access to your cash is important to you, this might be worth considering. CIT Bank's Platinum Savings Account is an interesting one. They're advertising a 4.7% APY, which sounds great until you read the fine print. You need to maintain at least $5,000 in the account to get that rate, otherwise it drops to a measly 0.25%. If you've got the funds to meet the minimum, it's not a bad option, but if you're just starting out or need more flexibility with your savings, you might want to look elsewhere. Here's something crucial to remember: these rates I'm mentioning, they're variable, meaning they can change based on what the Federal Reserve does with interest rates. But here's the good news: online banks tend to adjust their rates much more quickly than traditional banks when rates go up, and they're typically more competitive overall. Let me give you some real talk about choosing the right HYSA. While the interest rate is important, it shouldn't be the only factor in your decision. Think about things like how quickly you need access to your money, whether you want additional features like savings buckets or roundups, if you need to make frequent transfers, whether having a physical branch matters to you, what kind of customer service you prefer. The bottom line is this: if you're still using a traditional savings account from one of the big banks, you're essentially giving away free money. Making the switch to a high-yield savings account is one of the easiest ways to start building passive income. It takes maybe 15 minutes to open an account online, and the payoff can be hundreds or even thousands of dollars per year depending on your balance. Remember, your money should be working for you, not just sitting there collecting dust. Whether you choose Bask Bank for their industry-leading rate, Laurel for their simplicity, or Ally for their smart features, the important thing is to make the switch. Your future self will thank you when you're earning real interest instead of pocket change. And hey, if you're feeling overwhelmed by all these options, start with one of the top 3 we discussed: Bask Bank, UFB Direct, or Laurel. They're all solid choices that will give you significantly better returns than traditional banks. The most important step is just getting started. That's all for today, Finance Virtuosos. If you found this helpful, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more financial tips that actually make a difference in your wallet. Drop a comment below letting me know which HYSA you're using or if you have any questions. Stay smart with your money, and I'll catch you in the next one.